poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at another film review. Today we're taking a look at Avatar 2. No, not the blue people. No, actually, yes, it is the blue people. Sorry, I said the wrong thing. I fucked up the joke. I fucked up the joke, like, what, 20 seconds in? I was supposed to say, no, not the airbenders. It is the blue people. And James Cameron has done it again. He's made an absolute banger of a movie, and I watched Avatar 1, and I'm going to be honest, I wasn't a huge fan of it. However, I was really young, so I didn't really get it, and I wasn't too interested in it, and I kept zoning out, and it was a long movie for me to sit down and watch. So when my girlfriend said she wanted to go see number 2, I was very skeptical, but she came with me to see all the movies I wanted to go see, so I went with her to go see the movie she wanted to go see. I was also looking forward to it as well, because I saw the trailers, and it did look really cool. And it looked quite exciting, and I wanted to go see it. I wanted to go give it a try. So we watched Avatar 1 before we went to watch this one, and I actually enjoyed Avatar 1, which obviously I didn't when I was a kid, but I do now. So my excitement grew and grew as we got closer to go watch this. But Jake Sully and Neytiri have formed a family, and are doing everything to stay together. However, they must leave their home and explore the regions of Pandora. When an ancient threat resurfaces, Jake must fight a difficult war against the humans. So, I'm going to do a quick, very brief run-through of the story. This is a 3-hour-long film, so this quick little brief thing is probably going to be like 2-3 minutes long. So, the movie starts off in Pandora, getting to know Jake and his family, seeing what we've missed over the past couple of years. Jake now has 2 sons and a daughter, I do believe, and they've also adopted another daughter. They have a camp, and they've taken over the human area as well to sort of use all these different technologies and stuff. There is a couple of humans still alive here and living here in the form of Spider, who is the Colonel's son. And we then go into space with the Colonel coming back, but he's an avatar, and his whole crew is coming back as avatars. And they go and basically just do the Jake Sully thing, get used to being an avatar, land on the planet, and try and take over the Sky Village. Jake then leaves to go seek refuge in the Water Village to protect the Sky Village, and obviously the Colonel, the Navy, the head leader of the humans, notices that he flees, kidnaps Spider, and gets Spider on his side, and basically Spider just leads the way, because the Colonel promised to not hurt anyone. So they go across the water tribes, trying to find them, whilst Jake Sully and his kids are trying to learn how to be the water tribe people, and try and learn how to swim, hold their breath, ride on the water birds. It's basically just a redo of the first movie, where they're trying to learn how to use the sky birds, now they're using the water birds, and trying to adapt to everything. We then have Jake Sully seeing them, and seeing and hearing about the attacks on the water tribes, so they get ready for battle, get ready to go to war, because they kill a whale, which the water people have spiritual connections with. Each water person has their own whale, and one of Jake Sully's kids gets a whale, which was outcasted by the other whales for killing people, and that whale comes back and absolutely destroys one of the boats, and because that whale was tagged by the boat, that Jake Sully's kids went to rescue it, and then they got captured, so it led the way for Jake Sully to go and attack. And this is the final fight, where Jake Sully is struggling to save his kids and keep them all in check, because everyone is getting saved, and then they're going back to save the other person, and then they're getting caught, so then the other person needs to save them, and it was a whole big mess. And eventually, one of his sons did get killed, and they kind of just glossed over it and didn't really focus much on the death of his kid, and just continued. The bad guy was supposed to drown, but Spider saved him, so he's still alive, and that's pretty much where it ends off. They are just happily living with a water tribe now. I expect that the villain's gonna come back, and they're gonna go to, like, another tribe, and try and complete the Avatar, the Last Airbender cycle by going to, I don't know, the fire benders, the fire avatars, just see what they are, see what they're like, try and live with them, learn what they are. But the visuals were fucking stunning. The visuals in this film were incredible, but because everyone looked like an avatar, there was no humans or very little humans, they were all avatar based. My mind just sort of went, okay, this is how this world looks. This is just how this is. This is just normal. This isn't anything special. It took away from the magic of the Avatar. It took away the magic of seeing this new world, seeing how beautiful it is. And my girlfriend was just saying how much she wanted to go to the Avatar world, actually live there because of how beautiful it was, all the stunning scenery, all the cool ocean shit. And to be fair, I was looking at it as well, and I'm like, damn, if I lived there, it'd be so fucking cool. And I know there is, like, a mental block, or like a mental, I don't know what to call it. It's like a mental way of thinking, and like an issue which has come up with, like, therapists to people who are, like, upset that they're born onto this planet and not born in the Avatar world. I don't know what that actually is, some psychological thing going on with how beautiful this place looks. I think that is a little step too far, but yeah, oh well. I still think it's a very beautiful world, and it's a really cool world, interesting world to go to and view and sort of talk about. And Pandora, it's a beautiful planet, not gonna lie. The CGI is on point. The story, I feel like they brush over things and don't have enough time to sort of have a moment about it. Like, when his son died, like, Nateri had a full-blown mental breakdown. She was crying, she was everything, and Sully was just like, we can't do that now. Stop. We need to go. Cry later. And she did. She literally just stopped. And it's like, no, how the fuck do you just stop an emotion like that? There is no way, there wasn't enough time. I was about to cry, and then they moved on. Like, you know, they didn't give me enough time to cry over the death of this character. To be fair, I liked the other brother better anyway. My favourite brother is the one with a whale. I forget their names, I'm very sorry. I like Tuk as well. She was so sweet and innocent, and she was just having such a good time, and she was the youngest, and she was the one that understood the waterways the most. Like, she was like a fucking pro at the water world. For whatever reason, there's this underground tree as well, which made the adopted kid, I don't know, it fucked with her head, and I don't get what that was. There was no real explanation to it, so I hope we do get an explanation to that in number 3. It's just, it seems really weird to have the gap there and how nothing happens with it. Like, it was a very big plot point, but nothing really got explained. It was just like, don't take her there again, and I do believe they go there again anyway. Yeah, there is plot points, plot holes, and issues with the story. It does feel in some places very similar, or like a very copy of the first, with Jake learning to be an avatar again, but instead of learning to be a sky avatar, it's him learning to be a water avatar, and then fighting the general at the end. It seems very similar to the first one, just with an extra few characters and an extra bit of lore and information dump. And I feel like if he tries to pull this again with part 3, where they go to the fire avatars, or wherever the other avatars are, in the mountains, in the caves, wherever, and tries to pull the same shit where he has to learn how to ride this cave bird, this cave creature, and he struggles to do it at first, but then he gets it, and then he's a pro, and then he has to fight the general at the end. It all feels very similar, all very the same. And yes, it worked the first 2 times, but doing it 3 times is a push. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, fucking stop it. And I'm excited for number 3. I'm just scared of what it can bring and what will happen in it, and if it will just be another Avatar film where they learn the same shit but in a different location. I don't know. I'm holding out hope that it's going to be good for the next one, but it scares me. This one is good too. The acting is really good. However, filming this movie seems like torture. The amount of time they spent in the water filming this film is fucking atrocious. They all had to, like, hold their breaths, hold their fucking oxygen in, learn how to dive, swim around, and act whilst being underwater. It just seems so extreme and so over the top. And I don't know. It seems very overwhelming, if I'm being honest, for some of the actors. But they pull it off well, they do it well, and there is, again, quite a few plot holes because Jake Sully's plan of leaving the Sky People so then the Sky People doesn't get hurt, but then you go to the Water People and then the Water People get hurt. It's like, you beat them once with the Sky People. If you just stayed there, you know how to defeat them again. You don't really have to put the other tribes in danger, but he tries. And he fails. He puts everyone in danger anyway, and he loses the kid. Hopefully, we don't lose another kid because I like the characters. I think the kids bring a lot more interesting story to it, as they were the ones who were exploring with the Water Tribe more, learning more of the stuff, arguing with the kids and learning about the whales before anyone else did. They sort of progressed the story a lot more than the other characters did. But it is a great film. It is a wonderful film. I am going to give it an 8 out of 10 because of the plot holes and the CGI. It just felt normal after a while. We did go see this in 3D, and it was fucking insane seeing this shit in 3D. And they didn't give us 3D glasses to start with, so we're just staring at it, and it was blurry, and we got really fucking confused with what we were supposed to be looking at because it was very blurry. But other than that, I hope you all enjoyed. See you all next one. Have a nice day, and goodbye.